Hi y'all, and welcome back to my video. Today we're making a simple pumpkin pie, all from scratch. First we're going to get started with the crust, but if you're not using store-bought crust, here we have all of the ingredients for a flaky homemade crust from scratch. We need 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, 10 tablespoons of butter, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 7 ounces of flour, 1/2 tablespoon of sugar, and you can substitute this out for water or have 1/2 tablespoon of buttermilk. That's all you need for the crust. Once your pie crust dough is the consistency that you want, you're going to want to flour down your workspace and your roller and go ahead and roll your dough out to a round-ish shape for your pie pan. Once your pie crust is in a round, flat shape, go ahead and lay it in your pie pan. It should look a little bit like this with a little bit of crust coming right above the ridge. Now you're probably wondering, why do you have so much leftover dough? Go ahead and roll that out flat and lay it to the side. We'll come back to that in a minute. Now, for everyone's favorite part, the filling. Let's get into the ingredients. All right, the ingredients list for the filling starts us out with 2 eggs slightly beaten. And as you can see, I have that here in a bowl. And then we're gonna move on to the 1 can of puree, or a pound, depending on if you're wanting more of a fresh puree. 6 ounces of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and I have that here in this little can. 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. After that, all of those spices will need 1 can of evaporated milk. Now, let's move on to mixing. To start off the mixing, you're going to combine your pumpkin puree in a can with your slightly beaten eggs, and then slowly finish off by adding, as you're mixing, your sugar. Now once that is thoroughly mixed, start adding your spices and your salt. Now the way I like to do our spices is to do a measurement by measurement, starting from our biggest measurements down to our smallest. So using that 1/2 teaspoon, I'm going to go ahead and do the salt and the ginger, and then go all the way down into our 1/4. After you put all your spices into your mixture, go ahead and start mixing and preheat your oven to 350. Now that all my spices are mixed in and my oven is preheated, I'm gonna go ahead and add the entire can of evaporated milk. Mix that up and wait for it to sit. Now our pumpkin filling is all blended, creamy and smooth, and we're gonna set it aside for about 15 to 20 minutes and let it sit. While we're doing that, this is where that extra pie crust comes in handy. While your pie filling is waiting, go ahead and take your favorite cookie cutter or crust punch, and go ahead and take your extra filling and punch out some few simple shapes. Now I chose leaves because they work in any season and they're kind of cute. They kind of go with the pumpkin theme. I went ahead and I punched out a couple. You're gonna want enough of these to round your entire pie pan, but you don't start adding them yet. Wait for your filling and then you can start adding them. Take this time to punch out as many as you like, as many as you can get out there, and if you have a few extra, sprinkle some butter mixed with cinnamon and some sugar and pop those in the oven with your pie, and you have a cute little snack as well. Okay, our filling is ready and all of our shapes are cut out. So you're gonna slowly pour your filling into your pie pan and then layer over the edge of your pie pan with all these little leaves. And I'll show you at the very end. Alrighty, and now that our pie pan is perfectly surrounded by these cute little leaves, we're gonna put it in the oven for about 50 minutes. And now we wait. And now that our pie is out of the oven and cooling, it is all done and ready to eat. Thank you for watching. Now we're gonna move on to mixing. First, combine your, what are you doing?
Picking the nose.
First, combine
That can is full of boogers.
I'm actually going to use this footage if you do this.
Okay.
I will. Now combine
Hi.
your
Missouri
pumpkin
State grad
puree
student here.
with your
This is my petition to put me on the board of Chico. Thank you very much. The wall.
This is going on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is for.
Cancel me. How dare you?